Yo, what is going on YouTube? We are back with another video, and today's video is going to be about Apex Legends. The new season is out, and we're going to be breaking down the review of what I think this season is. I've been playing Apex Legends for, I want to say I played, it was like the second or third day of the first week, because I have the little like thing, that the birthday cake or whatever that says, like the little emblem. Um, that basically shows that you were there for the first week, and so I've been playing for a long time. I haven't played consistently because there were some seasons where I just didn't play. However, this season and last season I've been playing a ton, and so here is my official review on Apex Legends The Hunted season. So first I'm going to say immediately what I noticed is the weapon changes. I feel that the weapon changes have made Apex Legends a very, very tough game to play because of the damage that's being done. It everything does damage now. Like, you can crack someone's shields with any type of weapon, and it's really, really annoying sometimes because it makes gunfights less engaging and more about either who sees who first or who can chase down who. I mean, there's so many different examples of this. Like, the biggest one to me is sniping. Like, everybody is sniping right now. The longbow has to be one of the top guns in the game, but the sentinel, the bow, everything is so strong. And if you hit, I was at purple shields, and I had full purple shields and full health, and it took 3 bow shots to basically kill me. And that is a ridiculous amount of damage that's being done with the bow. The triple take, the 30-30, although I don't see this as much. The G7 especially is really good. These guns are just ridiculously broken right now. Like, all of the snipers hurt except for maybe the charge rifle. But, like, the longbow is incredible right now. And I also feel that, the sentinel is also equally incredible. So I think damage right now in Apex Legends is just super high. The other thing about Apex Legends is the new legend. Her name is Vantage, and her story is whatever, but her abilities are kind of underwhelming. I mean, her bat ability is basically Loba's ring, where she can teleport to a ring, except she does it much slower, and she doesn't go as far. I don't think you can finesse it as far as you can with Loba. And then on top of that, her passive is basically just telling you what armor they have. Like, you can see their armor and say, okay, this Pathfinder has purple armor, his teammate also has blue, his teammate has red. Which is kind of useful, but it's not useful enough for me to, like, want to use her a ton. I mean, I'm using her and trying to, like, find her place in this meta, but it's really underwhelming what she's brought to the table. Now, her sniper is actually pretty good, because you get like this auto aim, like it's like aimbot kind of, where you can like hit a guaranteed shot if they're standing still, because you get a little hitbox. However, it's not, to me, good enough, because I think that in reality you're not going to be using that sniper as much as you're going to be using the longbow, because you only get 4 shots with her all at max charge. The longbow, obviously, you can have like a bunch of ammo for it, and on top of that, like I feel that you get the hitbox with, because her passive is you can get a hitbox with anything with her sniper, like any long range weapon, you get that little hitbox. And so, I feel that why even use her ult when you could just use a better sniper that's like more often you'll find, which is the longbow. And this is basically breaking down her abilities. Like, you can see, you aim down sights, and then you can see people's like, armor. You can break down what they have. You have the little hitbox, and then other than that, it's pretty much like underwhelming. You just teleport to her bat, and you have to be in the line of sight. That's also underwhelming. And then your custom sniper rifle, you have bonus damage, which is something I forgot to mention. But it's like it's hard to like capitalize on that, because in the middle of a fight, you have to look you have to look behind you, in front of you. It's just hard to like capitalize on that. Like, I haven't ever felt that, like, oh, I hit somebody, let's all target that one person, because they're just gonna duck to cover. So, really underwhelming. And then in terms of the map rotation, because I am a ranked player, I play a lot of ranked and pubs, but like a lot of ranked. Kings Canyon is my least favorite map. I personally am an Olympus guy, so I think Olympus is the best map. I really hate Kings Canyon. I think every other map is better than Kings Canyon because this map, I think all the POIs suck. I don't like the weapon pools, and I don't like just fighting on this map. I feel like it's so weird. Um, and I just don't think that there's consistent fights. I think it's all random on this map. Whereas in Storm Point, you know everything's going to be either uphill or downhill. On Olympus, you know, like it's more fast paced, and then on World's Edge, it's just everybody's more familiar with that map. The POIs play much better. I don't think Kings Canyon is good at any particular thing. So this is the first of two. Obviously, the split one is Kings Canyon, and then split two will go back to Storm Point. I really thought it should be Olympus, but you know. And then for the rest of the Apex Legends season, I mean, there's nothing much to talk about because all they did was they changed the Spitfire to light ammo, which just looks gross. It doesn't really change much about the gun, but it looks gross. And then they also took out barrel stabilizers on all of the subs, which is such a dumb idea because I think the barrel stabilizer on, let's say, the R99 is so critical because now I feel like personally you're giving people on a keyboard and mouse, and obviously I play on a keyboard and mouse, but like I feel like you're giving us a more of an advantage because it's much easier to handle recoil on a keyboard and mouse than it is on a controller. And so I don't know, I feel like the Volt is fine. The car especially has so much recoil, and then like other guns, just the recoil is pretty insane on them. So now all you did was add a laser, which, by the way, the laser, which was another new thing for the hunted season, is useless. Like, I don't ever use the laser. I don't think anyone uses the laser. It's just a random attachment. Like, nobody's using it. So I think this meta is completely different in terms of the weapon pools. There's a lot of damage being done. There's a new legend, but she's not very great. And then obviously they changed up some of the attachments on the guns again. Personally, if you had to ask me the top legends that I have seen personally, Valkyrie is still being played a lot, although she did get nerfed again. Watson is being played a ton, and I think Watson's really good, especially on Kings Canyon, because you can lock down some buildings. You have your ult, which is huge for like nades and stuff, and then obviously you can recharge your shields, which is also huge because it spares you the time it would take to heal. So yeah, Watson, Valkyrie, and then honestly the only other person that I've seen at least a decent amount, I would say, is Bangalore, and I think it's just because Bangalore's smoke is very useful and her ult is very useful on this specific map because there's not a lot of buildings on this map. Like, there are some POIs with buildings and stuff, but there's a lot of open space on this map, so your ult and smoke combo is going to be very devastating if somebody wants to push you or if you want to push them. You just have to time it right. But other than that, I mean, your Gibraltars are still going to be pretty good. I haven't seen Octane in forever, and I also haven't seen, to be honest with you, I haven't seen Revenant in forever. Seer is definitely another guy who's like cheesy. He's another top legend. I didn't really mention him in the first top three because like I feel like it's a given he's going to be broken because of his abilities. He can see, he has the best vision in the game. He can stop you from healing. He has one of the craziest ults in the game. He's auto. There's never going to be a season where he's a bad character. Like, Seer is always going to be really good. Crypto's also dead too. So I used to have all of the legends on my Xbox account, but when I switched to PC, there's no cross progression. So like I'm re-grinding right now. That's why you see some of them grayed out. And I never bought any of the legends. I always just grinded the legend coins for them. So, but yeah, I mean, top legends in my opinion: Valkyrie, Watson, and Bangalore. I think that's a really good combo. Caustic is still pretty good. But I think the problem with Caustic is that there's not as much buildings like to play around with. Like with Watson, you could just set traps up around rocks. You can set it around trees, and it still works because you have your ult, and then you can play around your teammates. I think Newcastle's also fairly well too because his ult and his abilities are just always going to be useful. Just like Gibby, like he'll always have a place in the season. But yeah, I mean, right now the hunted season, I'm having fun. I think this sounds more like a negative review. I'm having fun on the season. I've been re-grinding, playing a lot with my friends. It's been fun, but I'm not like a fan of the changes that they made. And then the Battle Pass, not really a fan of it. But to be fair, I don't really get Apex Legends Battle Passes because they are way too hard to grind. I mean, you have to play forever, like every single day, to actually complete it. I don't really buy them because they're so grindy, and I don't think the skins are worth it. Like these skins right here, I don't think these are really, like, this skin is not that good. Um, they're basically the same skin. I don't know. I think they have better skins in the shop. One of them I bought, which was this one for Vantage. I mean, I think it's a really nice skin. She kind of looks like a polar bear or something like that. I don't know. I think it's a nice skin, though. But, yeah, overall, I mean, the season is still fun. Do not get me wrong. The season is still really fun. I would advise you to jump in with your friends, queue up into some ranked, maybe some ranked arenas, or just regular pubs. But I think this season is still really fun. I'm having a blast on the game. But overall, changes-wise, if we're just going based off of what was changed and what was added, kind of underwhelming. But I think, it's still nonetheless going to be a game that a lot of people play. It broke, and Apex Legends this season had a record-breaking concurrent players, at least on Steam, I believe. They had they had about 400,000 players playing at one point, so that was their record or something like that. Which, congrats to Respawn. They are the successful studio from EA. They don't have a ton of those, but yeah, I mean, Apex Legends is still really fun, and I would advise you to jump in. And yeah, I mean, other than that, I would say my favorite weapon combo too, just to like cap the video off on what I think the review is. My favorite weapons right now, I personally love using the where is it? The longbow. The longbow I love using, and the sentinel I love using. Two of my favorite weapons right there. And then honestly, the only other guns that I'm even comfortable using are subs. Like the R99 and the alternator I still use, and the car, just because they have a fast rate of fire. I mean, maybe not the alternator, but the prowler, or not the prowler, the R99 and the car have fast rates of fire. And since I'm on a keyboard and mouse, it's fine if I don't have a barrel stabilizer. And then I use two snipers. I do occasionally use the Mastiff if I find the red one, or the Peacekeeper if it's like an early game situation. But yeah, I don't really use any ARs because they're all really bad. The R3 is the only one that's like a saving grace. Like, okay, if you have an R3, you can make it work. But like, you really want to have a long... The reason why I try to stay away from ARs is because most of the fights that are happening on Kings Canyon, and like I said, I play a lot of ranked, they're long-range fights and then like short, like right in your face fights. And this is a medium-range gun. So if I can't kill people from long range with this gun, or at least do decent damage from long range, and I also don't want to use this gun like if somebody's barrel stuffing me, then I try not to use ARs too much. But the R3 is like the only gun. If I had to use an AR, I would use this one. And then, yeah, I'm just using subs. Like, I think the car is really useful because you can carry two things of ammo, and then you also can do a lot of damage in a short range distance. You just got to make sure you get that extended mag, because honestly, if you don't have it, it's really rough to use. Same with the R99. But those are my favorite weapon combos, and that is my season review for Apex The Hunted. Overall, I would give this season, if I had to give it a grade out of 10, I would give it a 8 out of 10 solely based off of where Apex Legends is right now as a game. It's just a fun game to play. I think, like I said, this wasn't a great update for them. It wasn't a great season for them, in my opinion, like with changes and stuff. We'll see what happens throughout the season, but the game right now is just very enjoyable, and until Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 comes out, it's not going to have much competition at all from the Battle Royale genre. So I think Apex Legends right now, at least, is sitting pretty, and we'll see what happens with Call of Duty and Modern Warfare 2, but that is going to do it for this video today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will be back making much more content very soon. So once again, thank you, and I will see you in the next one.